Alright, hey guys, Matt here. I've been having a lot of different people ask me about in the bag for this season. So, for you guys that didn't know, I was picked up by Discmania earlier this year. And so I've switched to an all new bag. I'm trying out something here. I'm recording on my Facebook, my Instagram, and the Titan Disc Golf YouTube page. There is a new microphone I'm trying out on the Instagram, so hopefully it's working. I don't know. I've always seemed to have some microphone issues, so we'll see, I guess, after this is done. So anyway, I thought I would do an in the bag. This bag is basically all new discs, so I'm really learning all the new molds from Discmania. And when I went to Vegas, I really hadn't had a chance to try out any of my new discs. So it was basically like having a brand new bag. And I really learned what they did. So this is basically the bag that I had in Las Vegas. There are two new discs that I have since put in since Vegas, and we'll go through those. So the bag that I am rocking, you might not be able to see it in the Instagram, but here it is. It is a Pound Disc Golf Rufus bag. This is a custom bag that I designed the colorway. I kind of like the colorway. I have green shoes and kind of this olive green shorts, so I thought I'd stick with this olive green color so it'd match my shoes and my shorts. And I found this sweet Discmania green water bottle that also matches my bag. Typically I use a cart, but I have been traveling a lot lately and I don't want to travel with a cart, so I just been rocking this pound bag. But locally here in Des Moines, I usually do use a cart. So without further ado, let's get to the bag. We'll start with putters. I only have two putters in my bag. I have my putting putter, which is a Exo Hard Logic, and I really like the feel of this putter. I used to putt with the Link back in the day before I was sponsored by Discmania, and I loved the feel of the Link, but I think I just like the feel of the Logic even better. They are very similar in flight. I would say the Link is maybe a smidge more overstable, but the Logic for my hands, because I tend to have smaller hands, is a little bit more low profile and really fits in my hand really nicely. And then for a throwing putter, I have this is a Lumen Link. So this is a little bit more overstable, a little bit stiffer than your traditional Exo Hard Links, but I really like the feel of it. And they start out relatively stable, maybe even slightly overstable, but this one has beaten in to really nice and straight, if not maybe slightly understable. So these are my putters. Mid-ranges, I really only carry two main mid-ranges, I guess three. I have my main go-to mid-range is the MD3. This is an older Metal Flake MD3. When I first had this in my bag, it was a lot more overstable. And like I said, not really having a big chance to throw my discs. When I was out at Vegas, this didn't hold up to the wind as much as I would have liked. So now that I've had a chance to throw it a few times, it's actually really kind of straight, if not maybe slightly understable. But I can really just put this on a straight line and have a lot of confidence in that throw. And then I have a Mindbender, which is my understable mid-range. And I really didn't think I would like the Mindbender, but after talking to Eagle McMahon, he claims the Mindbender is his furthest throwing mid-range. And I really do like the Mindbender. It's something that I can do a lot more finesse type shots with and really shape that shot. And it's really found a nice spot in my bag. And then my overstable mid-range. This is a Lumen Tactic. This was a disc, so I used to throw the Zone back in the day. This was the disc that to kind of replace that Zone. They're very similar, but not quite the exact same. But I really just like this for a soft approach shot. It's not as overstable as a Razor Claw 3, but it's just really dependable. And then I'll use this for a little bit of wind. And then I have 2 new mid-ranges. I guess 3 new. I guess this is considered a mid-range as well. I have 2 new mid-ranges. I haven't thrown yet, really, actually. So like I said, that Metal Flake MD3 was a lot more understable than I thought. So I was hoping to find something a little bit more overstable. So I've been told that these Domi Iron Samurai 3s are more overstable. And then I am trying out one of the Innova molded MD5s. This is one that I found at the factory, and it's slightly warped, but which is fine because I didn't want it like insanely overstable. It was just kind of overstable. And then for a kind of insanely overstable mid-range, at least for me, is the new MD5, the new Discmania molded MD5 that was just PDGA approved relatively recently. And these things are really overstable, pretty beef for my arm speed. So I do like that for approach shots, or if I'm fighting the wind, or if I need a nice skip shot. As far as fairway drivers go, I only have 2 in my bag. And one of them's, actually, nope, yep, 2. I have a older S-Line FD that's really understable. I can put this thing on hyzer, and it's going to flip up to flat, if not even turn over a little bit. So it's something that I'll use either for like rollers or just shaping shots, nice tunnel shots. But it's not like dumpy. Like if I really get on it, it's not just going to turn over real quick. And then I have a FD3, a C-Line FD3, and this is my very overstable fairway driver. And this thing will fight the wind, and really something that I need just a very nice controllable hyzer on. As far as drivers go, I only have 5 drivers. My bag is relatively simple right now, so this is the bag that I'm using for pretty much everything right now. Now, for most tournaments, I will switch discs in and out based off of the type of courses we're playing. And if it's like DDO or something where I know it's going to be really windy, I'll put a lot more overstable discs in the bag. But my understable distance driver, which I like using for like a tailwind or like an uphill type shot, is a S-Line DDX that's real domey. I like the domey ones. They tend to resist that turnover a little bit. But it's not as understable as you might think. My main distance driver for if there's no wind and I just want maximum distance is a S-Line DD3. This is an older run one, but it's 166 grams, so it's really light, but it can still resist a little bit of torque, and I can get a full flight out of it. My one that I want to shape a little bit more shots with, that's kind of an all-around utility disc, is another S-Line DD3 that, if you just want a nice full flight, you get a little bit of turn, and then hyzer out, I can put this about 450. 450 is about my max distance. And put it out there. This is one I really like. Now my two workhorses at Las Vegas. So Las Vegas was extremely overstable or extremely windy. And I found these at the Discmania factory. This is a white Cloudbreaker 3. And these things were just absolutely meat hooks. And I was pretty much throwing every shot on kind of big anhyzer and flexing them out. And this would fight that headwind. And it was just a really trustworthy disc in the wind. And I used this for pretty much 80% of my throws at Las Vegas. And then my most overstable disc, if I need something that's going to fight the wind and, you know, hyzer out to the left, this is a Metal Flake PD2 that is just my workhorse, that I just know whatever line I put it on, it's just going to hyzer at the end. So this is kind of a short in the bag. I don't really keep anything else in my bag. Sometimes I keep snacks in my bag. So I always just keep like some beef jerky. I don't really use chalk bags. I like to keep my hands pretty clean when I play. So, and then I'll just have like a mini. Here's a Las Vegas mini from last year. But that's about it that I'll have in my bag. I don't have too much in my bag. And like I said, as the season goes, I'm going to probably change out some of these as I learn my discs a little bit more. But this is the bag I'm playing with right now that I would be really happy to really just play any tournament if I had to go with just these discs. All right, see you guys.